Boo! What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Yo, hit it. 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 This week was terrible. Seriously though, it was crazy. It was emotional like nobody's business, and I was triggered like nobody's business. And it led me to disconnecting from Lincoln for pretty much the entire week and not really connecting to wanting to be the dad or wanting to be a father or wanting to be in that role. It was kind of like I was existing and he was existing, and that was kind of just what was going on for the most part. So it sucked. Like, it really did suck. And I'm sharing this because there's a lot of reasons, but mainly because I know that I'm not alone in feeling that way or in thinking that way, especially as a man. And I think that that comes to me because that was a pattern that I had with my father. A little bit of emotionally disconnecting. And I disconnect from other people and other places and that kind of jazz as well. I know I'm not alone in feeling that way either, because I literally had a conversation yesterday with a father that said something similar. And it's interesting to see how that's how I felt. And I kind of knew it in the moment that like I was kind of just there. Like I was just existing with my son. My son was kind of like, he's playing, he's laughing, he's doing his thing. And I wasn't really there with him. I was either caught up in my mind. Because that's really the only place that I was my mind. And looking back on the week, because I just dropped him off yesterday, I felt almost like resentful to myself that I let that happen. Because noticing it and becoming aware of childhood patterns as well, and patterns with my dad and how we kind of role model what our parents' relationship were with us. We kind of naturally just do that with our children. That's kind of the natural tendency because that's all that we know. That's all that we've seen. It's all that we've experienced, unless we're consciously aware of something else. But for the most part, like, that's my old pattern. My old pattern is just to disconnect. And it was interesting to become aware of that this week with Lincoln, because that's how I felt. I just felt like he was playing, he was laughing, he was doing his thing, he was existing, and I was existing. And there was no really connection there. And that's all on me, 100%. And it's really good that I noticed the pattern, otherwise I'd still be in the pattern. And I know exactly what it's from. I went on a couple of dates with someone. And it's crazy at what that brought up for me. It's been 2.5 years, pretty much, since I've really connected with someone deeply, like how I connected with her. And I would even go on to say six and some years, to be honest, because in my relationship with my ex, I've never connected with anyone like that, because I'm a completely different person. And for me to have that experience of connecting with someone and going on a couple of dates and really getting to know someone in that time period, it brought up so much in me. It brought up so many insecurities, so much fear, whether it's fear of being abandoned, fear of being rejected. Like, there was so much that got brought up to me through those experiences that this entire week I just wasn't there because I was all up here. And that's unfortunate. I think for me, I made love and I made a relationship mean so much to me. And I think we all do this in society. Like, we think that a relationship, we think that someone else, we think that something will fill this void in us, will make us happy, will give us what we've been searching for our entire lives. And I never realized how much I was caught up in that until I got a taste of it, until I got a taste of connection, until I got a taste of kind of like that emotion that was in me after the first couple of dates. Like, I was on top of the world and I wanted more of it. I wanted more and more and more and more. And that was my mindset. I just need more, and I need to do whatever it takes to latch on to this so that I'm safe. And then things started to kind of dissipate. And distance settled in, which is amazing and awesome. And that left me bringing up all of that stuff, which helped me become way less present with Lincoln. And I get to remind myself that I am what I've been looking for. That no person, no relationship can ever make me happy. Because that's, for a long time, that's how I viewed it. That's how Hollywood portrays it. That's how film, media, that's what everyone sings about, talks about, searches in their life, is a relationship to make them happy, to fill this void. They unconsciously search for someone to make them happy because they don't think that they're enough. They don't think that they can create that on their own. But the truth is that we're all responsible for our own happiness. We're all responsible for creating that feeling within us, and a relationship being the outlet for that feeling. So you don't get it from the relationship, you give it to the relationship, because it's already within you. This happiness that you're seeking, this love, not that you're seeking, that I'm seeking, this happiness that I'm seeking, this love that I'm seeking, this relationship that I'm seeking, it all gets to be created within me first. That feeling of love that I was craving, I get to create that on my own because I'm whole myself. I'm whole and complete. I don't need another person to create that. And in a relationship, I get to give that feeling. I get to give that space. I get to be that man that gives that space and fill from the overflow, in a sense. The analogy that I best use for this is that, let's say that we're all cups. We all literally have a cup. So I have this cup with me. It's kind of like what this plant is in. It's like I have this teacup. And my cup, I'm the one responsible for filling my cup. And so the more that I personally can fill my cup, and these are filling my cup with these feelings that I'm looking for, this happiness that's in me, this whole and completeness, this enoughness that is already here. The more that I can see that, the more that I can see that I'm abundant, the more that I can see that I'm enough, the more that I can see that I'm the love that I've always been searching for, the more that I can experience that I am what I've been seeking, the more that I fill up my cup with water and love and energy and beauty. The more that I can do that, the more amazing I feel. And the place where I'm coming from being that way is amazing. And so the relationship doesn't require me to pour from my cup into their cup. What ends up happening is I fill my cup up so greatly that it begins to overflow. And that overflow pours into every other person's cup. It pours into the cup of the relationship and who I'm in partnership with. It flows into my son. It flows into my friends, my family. My relationship with money, my relationship with everything else begins to receive from that overflow. So it's my responsibility to begin to find all of these things within myself. And to see myself as whole and complete and not needing someone else to fill some sort of void. And experiencing that. And filling that cup up. And having the relationship be the outlet for the overpour. But that wasn't my case. There was so much fear, so much insecurity in me of like needing to know that this feeling will continue to occur so that I'm safe and I'm loved. There's fears of what happens when I'm rejected. Oh, this can't last for long. Oh, she doesn't really like me. She's just saying that. Or the fear of being abandoned. Oh, well, it's not going to work out. It's not going to, like, all of this stuff just started coming up. It sucked. Like, I was such a mess because of it. And because I was a mess, it led to me treating Lincoln like a mess. And I believe that's the case with me for the most part. Is whenever I'm not present in like here and grounded in myself and grounded in what matters and grounded in me, that I'm whole and complete just the way that I am, I take that out on the people around me. I stop giving love. I start becoming more frustrated. I start yelling. I start raising my voice. I start doing things that I shouldn't. I start limiting Lincoln in different ways instead of just letting go of the control. But instead, I was so caught up in my own physiological mess and which was insane. It's insane to think that 4 dates could do that for me. Completely shatter my world, shatter my nervous system, bring up all of this stuff in me. It literally blows my mind. And at the same time, I'm grateful that it did happen. Because it's taught me and it's teaching me and everything happens for me to heal. Yes, it sucked. Yes, it caused me to be in this place of neediness. Yes, I was super insecure in myself. Yes, I was crying. Yes, I was in all of these emotions that I didn't know how to handle. I didn't know how to be with. And I was scared shitless. Yes, and by going through those, I get to heal those. I get to remind myself in that space that I'm perfect, whole, and complete, and that I don't need anything, that I have it all within. And so when I get disconnected from Lincoln, I get to take it as a sign of like, yo, E, take space. Get someone to babysit him. Ask your mom and dad for help. Ask someone for help so that you can sort you out so that when you're with him, you're with him. And I believe that this is true for so many people. That when they're in this state of frustration or when they're in a state of anger or when they're yelling at their kids or doing whatever they're doing, they're not doing it because they want to. They're doing it because that's all that they know. They're doing it because they're triggered themselves. They're doing it because the insecurities that are brought up in them. They're doing it because of all of the hurt, all of the pain that's within them that they don't know how to deal with, how to express. But their kids get it. And that is also not okay. It's okay that I did it. It's okay that we're doing it. But it's not okay at the same time. It's okay that it's done. But I get to change this moving forward. Because I love my son. And I love myself. And I love you. And I love every human being on this planet. And that's what matters. What matters is not this idea of who we think we are. What matters is the truth about who we are. So my body had a response of insecurity, of fear, of rejection, of all the shit that came up. But that's not the truth. Because in those moments, I think I need someone to fill that void. The truth is that I'm perfect, whole, and complete just the way that I am. And that you are as well. And that everyone is. Everyone is doing the best that they can with the tools and consciousness that they have. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it wrong. It just is what it is. And we try to do better the next day. So, if you feel disconnected from your children, or you're in a space of disconnect with your kids, ask yourself, what do you need? What do you need right now? Because it's not about them. It's about you. It's about taking care of you. It's about filling your cup so that your children can also have the overflow as well. Yes, there are times when that might not be possible. But if you can set yourself up for success, if you can set yourself up that you have time, you have space for you, to work on you, to figure you out, to read a book, to go for a walk, to have a coffee, to take breaths, to breathe, to yoga, to meditate, to cold shower, whatever the case might be, that you have time for you. Because you matter. You matter. I would even say more than your children. Because yes, your children matter, but you are teaching them how to be in the world. And if you aren't taking care of you, what are you teaching your children? You know, so like I look back to this last week. What was I teaching my son? To disconnect? To get angry? Was I teaching him to shame himself? Yeah, I was. Is that how I want to parent moving forward? No, 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 no. It's okay that it happened, but it doesn't mean that it's okay for the future. And we all have that choice to make something different. Thank you so much for being with me in this vlog, for being with me as I'm processing, as I'm going through it as well. If I talk slower, it's because I'm trying to slow down my voice. I'm trying to breathe into my belly. I'm trying to slow down. Slow down my animations. Slow down everything about me. Because that is just a nervous system trained response as well. Me slowing down. So thank you for bearing with me. I don't know that this added value to your life. I hope it does. If it does, drop a heart in the comments below. Let me know. So that I know. I know it added value to my life, and that's why I make these things. You know, it's an expression of myself, and I hope that through me expressing, people learn, because we don't talk enough about the shit that bothers us. We don't talk enough about the disconnection that we feel from our children. We don't talk enough about these things that just aren't talked about. But they need to be talked about so that we can improve moving forward. We can become better human beings. Because that's what we all want. We all deeply, 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 there's a part of us that hopes for a better future. The crazy thing is that you have the power to create that, especially with your kids. But most importantly, with you. So thank you. Subscribe to the channel just by clicking over here. Subscribe to the channel just by clicking that big red button. You'll see it that says subscribe, and as well as like the video. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, an amazing week, an amazing morning, an amazing whatever. Even if you're not amazing, you can still feel shitty and be amazing at the same time. Just allow your feelings, for Pete's sakes. Just allow your feelings. Just allow it. So much love. See you guys.